Always powered by coffee, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psychos Platters. That's right. And how are you doing? You are first today. Yes, you are. So I just thought I would do another shorty episode here. Hopefully, everybody is doing just fine out there. Still in the mid 90s over here today. But supposedly, we're supposed to get a cool front coming in next week, which makes it into the low to mid 80s, and I'm like, I'll settle for that at the moment. But we still got a couple more days. We got to deal with things around here. It is it is getting. At least it looks like a little cloudy. They keep saying that we might be getting some rain. That would be nice. I am looking forward to that. That is right, otherwise known as peckerwood ball. Woo, indeed. That's right. I really do love doing these shows, I'll tell you. Just got a cool front this week in Maryland. Oh, you're out in Maryland. That's cool. Like I said, Northwest Arkansas for here. All over the place. Everywhere is all over the place. But truthfully, I really love doing these shows. I do, and sometimes, I will think about it on and off all day, looking forward to doing these things, and that helps. Like I said, these are usually therapy sessions for me, and you guys get to come along for the ride, musically and verbally, and that's how it all goes. Now, I'm guessing, I don't know, once again, if I hit the weird time frame or what have you, but I know a certain other person has said that they're, I guess, going to be on, which I'm like, that figures, I'm kind of getting, I know that YouTube's for everyone, but I'm getting a little sick and tired of doing these shows, and it turns around and it's the same time frame as the other one. You guys know what I'm talking about. Well, listen, thank you. I look forward to them too, Fred. It's just like, it's almost like psychics. Like the minute I think about doing one, boom, there it comes. I'm like, and I don't even telegraph this. I don't usually mention times and stuff. It just depends on how everything's going to go. Of course, we will explain the title in a little bit here. Too Wild to Tame, Bitches Sin with Fire and Brimstone. Yes. And then, there is a new elephant in the room. I read it today, actually, and heard it today in several different YouTube shows. But you see, not that this is much of a secret, but how many times has the mighty Psycho, in his deranged, fanatic self, have brought up, I would say at least close to half a dozen times in the last couple of years, that I knew damn well that in one way or another, there was going to be an anthology 4. Well, it appears is going to be 1 through 4. That is what we're looking at. So there will be a 4th anthology. And I am like, took you people long enough. We don't have any details more than what I just said, other than, I guess, the rumor has it also is that there will be a DVD or Blu-ray coming, I don't know, sometime within the next 12 months, of the whole anthology from the Beatles. I am looking forward to that, to be honest with you. And if it is Blu-ray, I pray to God they go off and they put a chock full of a hell of a lot more fun into that thing. I mean, for example, there was, I'm told, 3 hours, I thought, of Threedles footage, 3 hours of performance and interview footage, and there was not that much put in the original anthology. And I'm just like, you know what? Give us a little bit of music, give us a little bit of interview, throw it in there. They cannot say that there's not enough bonus material to throw on the anthology. There is no way. We are not getting any younger. That's right. And I know, but you know what? I mean, we could hope, right? We don't really have a lot of details. I guess they're also going to reissue the book. But now I'm led to believe that there might be like, um, like extra photos and maybe a slight amount of extra content, but not much. It's basically going to be a book reissue. And I'm like, well, I already got the damn book. I ended up paying, you know how much I paid for that book, ladies and gentlemen? $5. I paid that for $5 at a resale shop. I think it was at a resale shop back about a couple years ago. I want to say 2 to 3 years ago. I got it for $5, and I gave it to my oldest daughter, Katie, because she says she's a Beatles fan. I'm like, here. I said, have this. I read it. Maybe this will give you a little bit more to explain on. Her favorite Beatles song, she says, is "Here Comes the Sun." I remember that. Hello, Chris. How are you? Yes, yes, yes. So, coming, maybe within the next 12 months. That's all I'm to see. I got to hedge my bets here. Anthology 1 through 4. Will I buy it if that is what it is? Probably. I won't buy it right away, though. I didn't buy the other stuff right away. I kind of let it settle for a few weeks, a month or two, if you will. Like, for example, I picked up the blue. You have the red and the blue. I picked up the blue for like $10, including the extra songs and the now and then, all of it for $10. And I'm like, sometimes it just pays to sit and wait a little bit. Getting my yard cleaned up and stuff hauled away today. I'm trying slowly but surely. I know I've kind of got a lot of small messes in various places of my casa, but I'm trying to get rid of some things slowly but surely. So there's just less of me to deal with. That's all there is to it. You took a rotten tree out of your yard. Did you manage to look in the hole where the tree was and see if there was any treasure? Believe it or not, as dumb as it sounds, sometimes you might find some stuff. I used to read treasure hunt magazines and stuff like that, and they say some of those rotten trees, you could find some real good fun. You just never know. You never know. I used to have a metal detector. I found some very strange, interesting things with that metal detector. Brandon from Aussie, how you doing? I hope that you're doing goodly. I guess good day to you too. So, but that's pretty much the gist of all of it, right? Right. I know Beetle Babe was doing a live stream too, but I kind of let it be known. I know her and Richard were on that one, that I was going to be doing this around between 6:30 p.m. my time. So who knows? Maybe they'll be coming to visit shortly. That would be nice. At least I think so anyway. I don't know, gang. Let's see. 5 weeks from now is my birthday. Yeah, 5 weeks from now, we're going to do a birthday stream. That'll be fun. A huge birthday whiz. No, I'm kidding. And then the way we're going here, this is episode 940 right now that you're watching. We have 60 more episodes to go, whether it be between this and Shootbox from Hell, before we hit the 1000th Psychoplatter episode. I'm telling you, that's going to be fun. I want it to be fun. I want a lot of people up that day. I want to fill all the boxes, if you will. It'll look like Hollywood Squares. Hopefully, maybe some people can mend fences by then. Maybe not completely, but just at least a little bit enough so we can have a special show that day. That'd be nice. 1,000 shows, my God. We're getting there. Lord willing, we're getting there. Oh, okay, you were on there earlier. That's cool. Song for the day, Grace Jones, Slave to the Rhythm. I barely remember that. I do. Grace Jones, I always thought was a little odd. Not bad odd, just odd. What day is this? I'll take the day off. I don't know, but I will do my best. If the way we're doing things, I could see it being actually sometime in December 2025 or January 2026, we'll hit the 1,000th mark. I could see that. Oh, God, no. Let's not say we did. Said, just, that's so disturbing. And the cake is like a big vinyl record and a record player. Well, good. I hope so. I hope you'll still be around. I hope all you guys will. I'm telling you. Anyways, once again, I thank everybody for being here. If you could hit that like button, please, and thank you. If you have not subscribed, please do, because I'll tell you, we try to make things a little interesting around here. We did get a couple new subscribers, like I mentioned yesterday. The names finally dropped. So we've got Solo Man 730, Alexander Hebert, Hebert, and Autistic Anomaly, which sometimes kind of makes me feel like me or Richard or whoever there is out there. I'm kidding, but sometimes I feel that way, like I'm on autistic anomaly. I know I'm on the spectrum. I know I am. I gotta be. I'll still be around. Lisa, how you doing? Lisa in the cult jam. Yes. But so yeah, it is what it is, and but I want to thank everybody for subscribing, and then of course, if you're inclined, please donate, because all the money goes to cheap coffee, cheap records, or helps offset the StreamYard fee, which my bill will be due in about 2 days, I think. Where is, hi Elisa, where is the chairman? I don't know, but I think he might be saying, give me just a little more time. So let's see, other than Beatles stuff. And cheap sunglasses. I love that stuff. I do. Eating. Hey, Ober and Chris. Yowza. And all the other fine stuff. Oh man, I'll tell you. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I've barely done anything today. Mellow the lamb. I was supposed to go have coffee talk with a very dear friend of mine who I miss very, very much. And last night she had to call. Well, she texted me and had to cancel the whole damn thing. I was like, they're like, don't be mad. I'm like, I don't know. I think it's more disappointment. I get disappointed a lot in life, more than I get mad now. But I'm a disappointment, let's face it. But I get disappointed sometimes in other people. It's like, I understand you're busy. I do, okay? We all have busy lives. But I don't know, whatever. Lisa Brandon. From the bottom to the top and the top to the bottom, that's right. Hey, who's jamming to STP Shangri-La La Di Da today? Underrated album. One of the last shows that I did in Chicago, I was on college radio in Chicago. Somebody got an advanced CD of that album, and I played a track or two, and it was in their mailbox, and they weren't going to be there. I'm like, screw this, I'm playing some of it. I did too. Dusty, how you doing? Good to see you. Yes. So, I don't know. So I didn't get to do that, and I'm just like, you know what? I didn't get to bed till about 1 o'clock in the morning. My fault. And And I was just like, who's making noise, Paul? It's the dryer. The dryer, I'm sorry. I mean, I have the doors closed on it, but it doesn't make it completely muffled. It's the dryer. Dusty. But it should probably be buzzing like in the next 20 minutes. I never said I ran a professional show. Even in my radio shows, I mean, sure, I would try to be professional, but let's face it. I mean, even though I had, I wrote scripts for myself, so I knew what songs to play and this and that. There was, I was flying by the seat of my pants. That's actually more fun that way in radio. Yes, hello, Apple Pits. Lasagna from Costco. I don't have a Costco, so I'll have to take your word for that. Yes, his dryer is catching a buzz. Hello, Mello. Yes. So, like I said, I want to thank everybody that's here. So, we've got, before we get into the explanation of the titles for the days, oh my, Lisa, you're basically Asian Garfield. You think all lasagna is good. Asian Garfield, huh? That's a new one. I will admit this, though. I don't like vegetable lasagna. And, chicken lasagna, I'm sorry, just isn't the same. It's got to be meat with cheeses. And you know what? 3 cheese, 4 cheese. I even saw Stouffer's does a 5 cheese meat lasagna. That would probably clog my arteries and kill me. But I bet you it'd be pretty damn tasty with some garlic bread. You betcha. So we got here. Hey, Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. I hope you are doing really well, hon. I know. I feel so bad. I hope everything's going, in a good, proper way. I love Italian sausage. I do. I do like some sausage. I love that stuff. I keep saying, get the Italian sausage, all right, on the Italian beef with some gyro meat on top of it, okay? I'm serious. I think it would work. Now, here's a guy here who I could see him eating this. That's what she said. I get, with beef and Italian sausage, abbondanza. Here's a guy who probably could eat that triple threat and attempt to be an Asian Garfield. This guy right here.
There you go.
Right. Yeah.
Great introduction.
Nope. That's what she says. No. But the beef and Italian sausage sounds really good with the lasagna. See, I told you the dryer was going to buzz within 20 minutes. We're done with that now. We're done with that. Oh, wait a minute. Where's Toby? Just kidding. She wasn't in the dryer. I'm not glad. Unfortunately, I lost one of my beautiful kitty cats to dryer. And we're not going to talk about that. Now, we're going to hear from Toby and a sissy. Great value. She did mellow. Oh, look at that one. Toby, I think I see you. Toby. I said come here, Toby.
Yeah, you can put them face to face.
Toby. Oh, you're looking because Dad's awake. Toby, get your ass here. Come on, Toby. I don't have all day. You might. I don't. Because you're a cat. You can do anything you damn want. I have more responsibility on Tula. Fine, be a diva. Fine, walk away. You rotten little shit. Anyways, I know. What? Yep, even Brandon says, what a sweet baby, Mellow. Yes.
Oh, that is a sweet baby. Delilah Rose.
The cute detector is going off hard. Yes. All right. Well, maybe a little diva will show up. I don't know. She's around somewhere now. Figures. I had her almost within my grasp. Almost.
We got to get a cat club going on. Like you got Toby,
cat
Delilah,
club.
Selena.
Yeah, the cat club.
The cat club.
Yeah, good. Yeah, let's see. We could call it. Let's say Cat Club Central. It'd be the CCC.
Hey, there
I
you
don't
go.
care. I bought them for all of us.
Triple C.
He's asking me if he could have some of the frozen sliders, which are not the same as a real White Castle slider, but this is what we got.
hell no.
Since we don't have it, well, we don't have a damn White Castle around here, or even a Crystals. They call him mellow yellow. Quite right.
Right on, Chris.
All right.
I love White Castle. We got a White Castle.
Yeah. So how you doing there?
I don't know. I'm getting hungry myself. I haven't eaten all day.
You haven't eaten all day. I wish I could say that. Unfortunately, I'm a fat ass. I already ate something.
I eat once a day, pretty much. I'll snack a little bit along the way, but
I had some frozen sliders and one corn dog.
Yeah.
It's
all like White Castle though. When you go to the restaurant itself and get them fresh, they're
right?
Heaven.
Oh, I'd be there. See, I'd be even more fatter than I am if there was a White Castle. Oh, there, yeah. Now you show
like
up.
White Castle though. They call them like rat burgers and
ooh. Come here, pussy. No, you don't.
No, she doesn't want to help.
You thought you were going to exchange. Come on. Look at your adoring people. You know what? Okay, look. Really? Look at your beautiful people. All right. Damn it. You know, I don't know what it is with you lately. You used to love being cradled and everything, and now it's just
every
like.
time I wake up, she wants to hang out.
How old is Toby?
4. She'll be 5
Yeah,
next
how
year.
old Delilah? It's 4.
Mello's got a cat named Delilah. Tom Jones sang to it once. Anyways, there's your Mellow. There's your Mellow. There's your Toby cameo. Because you're probably not gonna get another one. You little brat.
That's a cat club moment for the day.
I love you anyway. Yeah, Cat Club Central. Then you can call it the CCC instead of something else.
The CCC.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I speaking of that, not the Crooked Cock Club. What the hell?
I actually ended my membership last week.
I don't. That's good.
Man, we're getting off to a roaring start here.
You know what? This is how I know he's my kid, because he comes up with the strangest shit like I do. The Crooked Cock Club. Ladies and gentlemen.
The apple don't fall far from the tree, you know?
The Crooked Cock Club has come to order.
Hey, every woman loves a good curve.
Every woman loves a good curve. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Shit.
Oh, man.
This is my punishment. I deserve all of this. I do. Anywho, but what I was gonna say is, so the meeting though, now that they made the Crooked Cock Club come to order, and you hear there's a guy in the corner goes, "Already did." Anyways, that is a gnarly apparatus, Mellow.
No,
gnarly.
I'm about to pause a minute while you say your next story.
Is that a cat pun? Pause. Anyways. Yeah. All right. Wait 1 second, gang. I'm sorry. Oh God. Oh, that was coffee and White Castle burps. That's got
Ooh.
Yummy. All right.
Time around.
I can't do a good Jim Carrey. Yummy. So we have an occasional news segment. I figure, what the hell? It's called. And I get these sources from Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, because I'm in a lot of music groups. Exactly. One took over the line, sweet Jesus. All right. Oh, no. Anyways, Rare Record Roundup. Yes, it's a Rare Record Roundup. I got set up here from 1970. A band. Now, it's not Crow, even if that's what you're thinking. It's The Crow. So what the hell the difference is? Actually, you're going to find out the difference. So we have presented for you right now from 1970, The Crow, with Geez, I got that much. There we go. Your Autumn of Tomorrow. Yes, almost sounds like something you'd hear in a World's Fair.
Right on.
That's right, The Crow with Autumn of Tomorrow from 1970.
Nice.
I guess it got played in a lot of those what you would call Northern soul clubs in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
This other one that I've got, this group originally from Sheepshead. I know I'm saying this weird. Sheepshead, Brooklyn, New York, from 1967.
Wow.
Is the other one. We try to do two at a time on this shows when we have them. So this other,
I can do it in time too.
Yeah, I bet you could. And this second one here, Michael and the Continentals with Little Schoolgirl. This is 1967 Blue Eyed Soul doo wop.
That I'd like to make you mine. I wanna hold and squeeze you very tight. Morning, afternoon, and night. Yeah. A little schoolgirl. Oh, hello, sweet baby. There's magic in your eyes. Now did you know, lovely lady, that there's magic in your smile? 'Cause you're a jet set stick of dynamite, explosive with fun and proceeding round. You got soul, a little schoolgirl.
That's right, Michael and
Right.
Connie, little schoolgirl from 1967. Some good old Brooklyn, New York doo-wop. Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, don't accidentally drink the water. All right. Oh boy. All right. Taking a little look at things here. All right. So we get to the part of the show where we start explaining the title. Yes. Too wild to tame, bitches sin with fire and brimstone. Yes. So make myself big for a minute. Yes. No crooked one here. All right. So Too Wild to Tame. This is local to me. Okay. This is the boys from Illinois. Say two Z's. I like how, the whole looks like Marlon Brando type thing, right? Here's the front. Here's the back. Okay. Now, this
That looks like a bunch of bikers.
yeah, well, it was a biker band. It was a biker rock.
Wow.
1978. Biker rock. Yeah. And believe it or not, this inner sleeve shows a picture of here's the band mostly, but then you've got a whole bunch of band and a bike and everything. I've been on that street. Okay, I literally have in the 80s, like 10 years later after this picture was taken, I was down that street. It was Main Street in East Dundee, Illinois, because this band is from East Dundee / St. Charles, Illinois. This was their one and only album. Of course, you're going to be looking at the Epic Target label, but they were also attached to Cleveland International, which, if you know Cleveland International, you had Meatloaf on there, and you had a few other people under that. Like maybe Ian Hunter, if I remember correctly, was on that. Solo stuff was in that moniker. Yeah, that's right. The boys from Illinois. And now this is I have this one. I know you can't see it very well, but signed by Mike DeFoy, the guitar player. This band, this was the only album that came out. There is a second one that was recorded but unreleased called Midwest Kids. And when I ended up trying to talk to Mike about this, justifiably I can understand why he's a little angry, because I asked him, I said, well, is the thing ever going to get put out? And he said no. And it had to do with the record company. Now, at that time, I can't remember if they were still with Epic or they were now on Atlantic, because I've seen different information. And I hope someday that second album will come out. After this one, the boys would turn into the Bees, which we've played a track or two from the early 80s. That's power pop. And but Dirty Dan Buck, that's the guy's name. He still does, him and Mike DeFoy, they do solo stuff. Although Mike DeFoy right now has got a GoFundMe currently right now. I guess there's some issues there as well. So I present to you the title track of Too Wild to Tame, which obviously is called Too Wild to Tame. See what you guys think of this one. And this album isn't super duper rare, mind you, but it's not really that easy to come by either. So,
right. Rocking.
Kobe.
Drinking up that whiskey right. Sunday beside me. Something you got to do all night. Said it too wild. too wild to tame. Say I'm too wild to tame. Louder. Don't you leave me, honey, don't you ask me why. Just get a couple more seconds before I slip between your thighs. Said I'm too wild to take. Yeah, said I'm too wild to take. Said I'm too wild to take. Too wild to take. Do it. Said I'm too wild to take. Said I'm too wild to take. Yeah. Too wild to take. Too wild to take. Too wild to take. Baby, you know what I like.
Pretty damn rocking. It sounds like a little bit of Nazareth, I hear.
That's right, from
Oh,
1970. From the boys from Illinois, Too Wild to Tame. Yes. I love the boys. This band isn't too bad either. It says dumping vinyl. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Okay. Anyways, so we got that part explained, right? Right. So,
Right.
Bitches Sin. There was a band called Bitches Sin. This album happens to be called Predator. Look at the artwork on this. Look at the artwork on this, though.
Well,
I kind of
Tame
like it.
looking.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, kind of. Here's the front.
Yeah.
Here's the back. All right.
I've heard them.
And they're on Heavy Metal Records, which is what that is.
I mean, I don't know if I've heard the band itself, but I've definitely read the name in a magazine, maybe Kerrang or something. Or
Well, Jay Marshall's on point. Yeah, as in the Toomey Brothers. That's right. Very good. So basically, Bitches Sin here. This came out in '82.
wow.
After Bitches Sin would be done, Pete and Ian Toomey would end up going to a band called Flashpoint. All right. Martin Quinn would end up in Weathered Man, and Mark Biddiscombe, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, it would go to Red Line. All right. So from Bitches Sin, as in the Toomey Brothers, awesome dual guitars. Yes. And I just, you know what, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I go off and I play the opening track, as usually the opening track is going to be usually pretty damn good, or the Tumor Sisters, or not to be confused with John Cougar Melon Tumor. So we present to you April Fool from Bitches Sin.
Yeah, it's raining outside.
Is it raining?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it just started raining. Good. We needed it. First rain we've had in a long ass time.
Wow.
More muggier.
Yeah, more muggier, sure. April Fool from Bitches Sin off the album Predator. That's right, from 82. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Oh boy, I lost half my audience. I guess they didn't like Bitches Sin. Oh well, I'm sorry, gang. I don't know. I know Rach. I guess Rach is on, or she's going to be getting ready to be on, or whatever the hell it is. I don't really care.
She was on before you were on.
She was on before I went on.
Yeah, like I don't know. I've seen her on like when you weren't on yet. Like maybe I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. Maybe I'm not positive though.
Oh, probably because I was setting stuff up. Because I was going to say that'd be about the time I got off of YouTube per se to set up everything. So that figures. Anyways, so. That explains Too Wild to Tame Bitches Sin with Fire and Brimstone. Fire and Brimstone. Boy, I'll tell you, if you do not have this album in your collection, you should get it. From 1971, July to be specific. Link Ray. Yes, Mr. Rumble himself.
Wow.
Here, this is a trick cover. It's kind of fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. And it's on Polydor. Here's the back. And some people... Is this a Unipack? Is this a Unipack? Oh, I'm not going to dig that out. It's a Unipack. But you guys know what the Polydor label looks like.
Right.
He is a god. Yes, Link Ray. Now, the thing is, I came across this. This is too funny. All right, there was this little antique mall behind what now is a Starbucks in the next town over. This has got a cutout hole too in it. But I found in the same booth this and Denny Lane's Holidays albums for 80 cents a piece.
Wow.
And I grabbed it because that thing is this. It's not a big money record, but it's not that easy to find in an original press. So I thought before the thunder and everything takes me out, it better not. Yeah. I present to you people one of my favorites off of this album. And like I said, if you don't have this album, you may want to get it. It's basically swamp rock is what it's called. But we have here Fire and Brimstone. Let's see if you dig this. I bet you will.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Now you know where the rumble came from. Was the Fire and Brimstone? I'm sorry. What?
I hear a little bit. I don't know. Maybe like not directly, but I can hear a little bit of. I know this came first, so I'm wondering if this inspired a little bit, musically wise. Steve Tyler and Joe Perry to write Hangman Jury on Permanent Vacation. Because it had that same kind of like, jamboree type thing. Whoa, boy, gonna lie on the track. Whoa, boy, gonna lie on the track. I was singing right along over it.
Maybe.
And I'm just wondering if that's where maybe they got some of that inspiration from.
Well, not to confuse Fire and Brimstone. It is related, but it's not related exactly. But we don't, we have here Fireball from Alice Cooper. That's right, from the 2017 Alice Cooper album Paranormal, Fireball with Dennis Dunaway from the original Alice Cooper group on bass. That's right.
Now, yesterday I asked you to play something. You were like, it was too late because you were getting ready to get off. But I put the link of what that was in the private chat.
What's this thing again?
You'll see it.
Let me see.
It's excellent.
All right, hang on. We might as well do this before I get into the other thing I was going to do. Because right after this will be Beatles solo session spotlight. So
Right, that's why I figured I would hurry up because I know you're going to get into that soon.
yes.
If you've never seen this is so great, though.
All right, TiVo people. Yes. Anyways, I didn't know that was going to be the video. I would have altered it and put it in album track instead. I don't want to get dinged. Anyways, yes, that's a good tune though. I'm sorry, I forgot about that song. Actually, I've heard that one before. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Oh, you get more in trouble for the videos than you do playing the album track picture. I gotcha.
Yeah, and then it's dicey as far as for like live stuff's concerned. I'm not sure why.
Well, it's getting ridiculous because Rick Beato just put a video out today about him getting, like, literally his channel's almost getting taken down from Universal Music Group. Literally, the guy is interviewing people for like their songs and just using 10 seconds and getting copyright. A guy in his stature, and then Professor Rock. That's why they're actually teaming up. Believe it or not, they're going to collaborate on a couple videos. Which is awesome. The two biggest music guys really, come together, and this is what brought them together. Believe it or not, because they're both getting the same hassle. They didn't know each other until this thing brought them together. They've watched each other, for years now, but this actually is, in a way it's good because it's rallying the troops, but it's also, they need to do something about this. They need to either create a license that we could all either, just like bars have to pay a license to play copyrighted material on the jukeboxes and everything else. But that's the route they're going to go, but they can't make it extravagant, especially for little channels like us,
I know it's a bit ridiculous, but what the hell am I going to do? That's one of the reasons.
Dino.
Like I said, I may have to move most of the show to Rumble. Seriously, and it's something I'm looking into. And I'll still keep the YouTube base for like the first 20, 30 minutes. We could yip, and then I'm like, all right, everybody, time to go have the real party. Go click on the link, and then I'll see you in a minute or two.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, because that's about, I think, the way I'm going to have to go with this pretty soon. Well, not soon, but between now and the end of the year. I don't know. That's my goal anyway. We'll see.
What happens in these, in these situations. Maybe before then, things might drastically change because people with their kind of audiences can actually make a difference because they know the people on top themselves. Just through the artists that they know, they can get through the channels and see who's making this decision and see if something compromised can be,
it's
made.
The record companies and the music publishers. That's what's doing this shit.
Some kind of compromise has to be made because it's not going to go away. People are going to go to Rumble and do it. People are going to go here and do it. So it's not going to go away.
YouTube will lose some money. They will lose some money if they continue.
Better for them to just concede and allow people to do stuff instead of fighting it because they're the ones that are on the losing battle because record companies are starting to become passe. People are putting out music on their own. Independent artists aren't even getting signed with record labels no more.
Right. I would have no problem if YouTube, like I said, I know it's ridiculous to me to say this, but $100 a year. I would pay $100 a year to have a blanket license where I could play any fucking thing I want, and they could take the money out of the fees. They could take the money out of the fees, even though it would only be pennies on a dollar. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't feel too guilty about this because if what the fuck is that mainstream service that only gives pennies on the dollar? If they're still around, and they can get away with the shit, if they can get away with it and they're bigger than me and you combined,
right?
So whatever.
I mean, if anybody could tell, like you playing a song and you're showing the video that you're playing, any single person could dial up that video themselves. What is the difference if you're fucking playing it or if they're playing it on their own apparatus and we're watching it together as an audience? Big fucking deal.
Listen, if this show has gone off over the last 14 and a half years, okay, which we're at now, it's one thing is this, that I have turned on a lot of people to a lot of different music in that 14 and a half years that they didn't even know about. If it wasn't for me free promoting the shit out of this music that we play or show.
Why aren't they acknowledging that the promotion it's bringing them, and they're talking about their product literally like a commercial? What is there a problem?
Well,
If it's the law, then I think we need maybe get in touch with Donald Trump or something to change the law, because this is unfair. Like literally the FCC. Let's get a hold of anybody that that does the FCC.
Speaking of FCC stuff, or really not FCC stuff, totally unrelated, but I'm kind of glad that Sirius is not going to renew Howard Stern's contract, and he in essence is pretty much dumped. They should have got rid of him a few years ago. I don't think he's been funny in about 25 years.
The biggest disappointment in my entire growing up hero that turned into really a dweeb. Like honestly, you go back and the guy was on the level of freedom and talking like almost like John Lennon of radio. He was like really, and he turned into such a wimp, such a guy that literally you can't believe. What's up, Eric? You can't believe that what he's turned into. Like from Crucified by the FCC, if you ever listen to that, or Butt Bongo Fiesta and watching what he's done.
Oh God, I remember Butt Bongo Fiesta.
Or U.S. Open Source. Hysterical stuff. I mean, he would make fun of everybody. He was like equal opportunity offender, and it really didn't matter. And now he just, was that an act then, or is this an act now? Like, you can't believe in what the guy is. Really. It's just
one of my teachers when I was in Columbia College, back in the, I'm going to say late 70s, early 80s, because I can't remember the timeline entirely, but it was before he went to WNBC in New York. But it was when he worked at DC, I want to say DC 101 maybe, or something like that. And I actually, one of my teachers worked in that station during Howard Stern's time frame there. Wow. And he mentioned a couple little things, nothing really derogatory. He goes, he was very quiet man off the mic, very strange individual. That's what he pretty much said. It's like half the station, he goes, didn't know what the hell to think of him. He goes, I don't know. He goes, I thought it was funny on occasion. He goes, I tolerated him. I wasn't pissed at him or nothing. And I'm going, well, that's good, But yeah, like I said, it was really funny because he hasn't been funny in 25 years. I remember when, so Chicago radio at the time, the Loop, AM 1000, WLUP AM, they also had 97.9, which was WLUP, the Loop FM, all right? So the AM was the talk side. The FM was your music side, and FM was such a kick-ass cool station. And the AM was pretty damn cool, too, because you had other people like, during that time, you had Kevin Matthews, you had Danny Bonaducci, you had, and then they tried to get Stern. They put Stern on the Loop. He ended up, doing his homecoming parade like he used to do when he'd be welcomed into a new town. There was just one problem. Chicago wouldn't put up with it. He didn't even last a year on the Loop.
Wow. And
this is in the 90s. And I'm just sitting here and I'm going, and I thought at that time he was funny, but he was not ridiculously funny like Kevin Matthews and Bonaducci and even some of the other ones that were there at the time. So Stern wasn't always really big either, I remember, what was it? They tried to bring Bob and Tom to Chicago on the Loop too, if I remember correctly, or maybe it was AM, and they failed. They didn't even last 6 months, but they let.
What about,
but Rockford, huh? No,
did you guys get
no. I know who you're. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, Opie and Anthony. But I heard that from like other people.
Anthony Cumia became a pretty big name. He does a lot of stuff on shows and thing, he's his own personality now, but he was up against Stern in the 90s. Him and Opie, they would both be in New York, and And Opie and Anthony got in trouble too a few times. I mean, literally, they caused a woman's death because they had a contest for a Wii game console, and they were making people drink as much water and hold in their pee. Well, the woman that was in the contest, she wound up having water, intoxication.
Oh, dear Lord.
And literally, she wound up dying, literally, from drinking too much water. I mean, who would ever think of that? But,
jeez.
yeah, they got in trouble. And they had that big campaign called Whip It Out Wednesdays. And it would be like a thing where they would have girls, flash their breasts on Wednesdays, and they would get a bumper sticker that said, wow.
But they were nothing like Dingo and the Baby.
Yeah, right.
Like Dingo and the Baby. I don't know. I mean, what was another thing? If you Stern people remember Dana Plato, that last interview she did, and the next thing you know, she basically killed herself in the damn trailer park.
Yeah,
I'm just like going. Well, it's what we're talking about Howard Stern for is that obviously this is old news, but this to me, a few weeks ago, of course, Sirius pretty much announced that they were not going to renew his contract, which actually expires by the end of the year. And I'm like, well, to tell you the honest truth, they should have fired him. Is what they should have done, because he hasn't been funny in a very long time. And
the whole landscape is changing. I mean, every late night talk show is now pretty much going to be changed over by the end of next year. Like literally, Colbert's going. Kimmel's going to be going. He's already got a house in Italy. Fallon may survive because he had Greg Gutfeld on, and he's gained up some audience. That was his best rated show, like in years. So he may survive, but a lot of them are going. The View is going.
Good. I hated that damn thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people do, and all the landscape is changing.
Jimmy Kimmel, I never thought was funny. I never thought Jimmy Kimmel was funny. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he damn did.
Me too. I couldn't stand him.
Anywho, yeah, that'd be like me. What is it? Having a desk and 2 potted plants. There's your talk, and a couch. There's your talk show. Here we go.
You could take a person off the street, and literally, they would probably do better than Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, literally.
Here's Crack Horse Sally, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to tell us her story. Anyways, so which gets us into, although Crack Horse Sally probably had nothing to do with this, but it is a foreplay.
That's a good song title right there.
Yeah, there you go. Of Crack Horse Sally. Sneaking in the alley. So, of Beatles solo session spotlights. So today, I know I've kind of been. There isn't too much John out there. There really isn't. And so, this one here. Well, everybody, of course, knows the single "Lucy in the Sky" with Diamonds that Elton John did with John Lennon back in '74. But that's not what I'm playing. The flip side, which was called "One Day at a Time," and no, it's not from Christy Lane. Okay,
TV show.
But John does sing background on this, so we present to you. That's right, "One Day at a Time" from 1974. Elton John with John Lennon singing backgrounds. Yes,
I mean, to get John Lennon doing anything, I mean, you got to just look at the people he hung around, like Harry Nilsson. Some of the people like that he produced, he always guest on, usually would do stuff, a song or two with them,
Oh, yeah. All right. Yes. Next one from September 80. You've got Ringo on drums, Donald Duck Dunn, Fred Tackett from Little Feat, Keith Allison, Dr. John, Steve Cropper. So you got half the MGs pretty much here. Van Dyke Parks, Lowell George, one of his final recording sessions, and others. I present to you from the album Flash Harry from Harry Nilsson. I've got it. Unavailable in the U.S. They did not release this. It was on Mercury Records. That's one of them I'm still looking for.
Say, Fox, where you walking? What you mean?
You want to do some business? Well, let's check it out.
All right. I got it. Right down here in the hole in my pocket. I got it. It's down to the green wallet. It's mine to give it away. And you just can't pay enough for the time it takes to make it yours. It's mine to give. It's certainly isn't yours. I got it. Right down here, and it's just where you want it. I got it. Keeping it under a key and lock it. It's mine to keep whenever I choose, and no one can lose. And you just can't pay enough for this wonderful stuff I use. You can't cover my dues. First you spread your two knees open wide. Think of England, love come inside. I got it. I can tell by the bulge in your pocket. You got it. Keeping it on.
Sure seems that way. On anthologies 1 through 4 is what I'm hearing.
Yes, you say it's a lovely day, but I don't love you. Now let's get straight to the point. Got no time to mess around with you. Listen, you know the routine. Put it on the nightstand. Go 100. Well, all right then. Got change for 20? You know I got it. It's down here in the hole in my pocket. Now it's down to the green in your wallet. It's mine to give if I give it away, but you just can't pay enough for me, cause you know what I got. I mean, I think you know what I got. I mean, if I like it, well, that's different.
You know, I don't really know. Maybe some demos, maybe some maybe finally Carnival of Light would be nice.
That's the only thing that I'll accept, really. Honestly, there better be something like, I don't know, man. Everything to me seems like they got nothing better to do.
Well, my goodness.
Wow, did that just rumble thunder? Was that thunder? Wow. Good thing I only got a couple songs left in the queue. You don't have to audition for Sweet Leaf anymore. Ozzy's dead. Nah, 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 nah. Anyways, what could possibly, in fact, Mr. And Brandon says, they're really trying to bleed every ounce of blood from a stone, mate. Trust me, in 1,000 years, there will be another anthology. Mello, you look ready for a new Harry Potter film? Yes, in fact, he will be in the new Cursed Child movie based off the Broadway play. Cap. All right. Yes. So, but yeah.
Everything just seems like a cash grab as far as the new anthology. I mean,
I don't know, Dino, but I'm telling you, they better make it worthwhile. I know that there's unreleased demos, a few John demos, actually,
right, that
they've discovered over the years, which would be great. Carnival of Light would be another one. Oh, wow.
I'd like the, honestly, now. I doubt it'll be on there, but I wouldn't mind hearing the 27-minute version of Helter Skelter. Like in its entirety.
Yeah. Isn't there like several different versions? I think there's like a 15-minute version. I'll even settle for that at this point. But
right. They always cut it up. I want to hear the whole thing. You know what I mean? Carnival, like, I want Shea Stadium. Like, really, put out Shea Stadium as its own standalone thing on Blu-ray.
Well, that was supposed to be a rumored thing too, but I'm like, I don't know what the hold up on that shit is.
Give me the rooftop concert by itself, so I don't have to just buy the whole King Caboodle. I want that.
Right.
You
So
know, if you're going to do an anthology, how about a live anthology? How about live throughout, like, you know, the years? Just do a show, like a song, a show in high definition. You know, the only thing with the anthology that I'll be interested in is them putting it like upgrading the video. The music, it doesn't need to be remastered again and again and again. The video that can be brought to 4K or whatever. That's about it.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there's going to be 1 through 4 is what I heard, Cap. So the thing is that as far as for the live anthology thing, okay. So let's go here a little bit. So there is a little bit of the Stu Sutcliffe rehearsal tapes in '60 that hasn't been put out. There's also, I'm told that there is some Star Club material that has peaked. There's not much, but supposedly there's a couple songs. Then you've got, you do have, supposedly there's parts of a Cavern Club gig that haven't been released. You'd also have, and this part was mentioned. I brought it up, I don't know how long ago, but there is, Apple owns it, I am told. The Apple, it's from Apple, Hong Kong, 1964, with Jimmy Nickel on drums. That does exist. They own the tape. They also bought the tape of the infamous Memphis 1966 show where the firecrackers are going off and it sounds like gunshots.
Right.
Apple owns those, okay? So
that's what I mean. They do anthology just of their live tours, like literally from the cavern to the rooftop, literally.
Well, I don't know. I'm not the Beatles. I ain't Apple Core. I don't know.
We need to get word to the whoever's making the decision. It's like, what is it? Culberton Properties owns the Beatles now. Like it's some like weird name. It's nobody. It's a fucking entity that owns the Beatles now. Ridiculous.
All right. So we went from I Got It to All I've Got. From January 1970, Billy Preston with George and Ringo. So you've got half the Beatles with Billy? Yes, you do. Take a listen to this. That's right. Billy Preston, All That I've Got, I'm going to give to you with George and Ringo.
Great song.
On that. Yes. Yeah, it definitely, those first two Billy Preston Apple albums, you got the Beatles all over those things, along with Eric Clapton and a few Dominoes and some other people. And then there's an album that he did in the mid-'70s. I think it was, oh God, what the hell was it called? Oh, it makes me mad. I can't remember now. It's mid-'70s, but he tackles What Is Life? And George shows up for that one, which I'm like, that's kind of cool. Now this next one here, which is the last one of the foreplay, is this was not on the vinyl. In fact, you had to wait till '93 for you to be able to legitimately. So this was not on vinyl or CD till '93, even though it was put out in February of '70. Okay.
Right.
But not this, because this was bonus tracks, which was on the gold CD of Leon Russell's first album. We played a Leon Russell track an episode or two ago. This is in the bonus tracks. Okay. And that's why. So you had to get this CD to get this at the time. And so you've got, yes, God, I know you're there. George and Ringo. So you got half the Beatles. Eric Clapton, Bill Wyman, Mary Clayton, and others. And I present to you Indian Girl. Yes.
Indigo tape.
2, 1. I'm on the highway to Memphis by the bridge at the holiday. 15 minutes down Pop Street.
That's awesome.
And tickle me while you're saying that I'm the man you're living for. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm on the road to Tennessee. Saying goodbye to old Lily.
I've got a signed copy of that vinyl from Leon.
Nice.
Yeah.
What year did you get it?
Early to mid 2000s. I saw him twice.
What, was it a meet and greet, or did you just like, you know?
I did not physically get to meet him. We had to go by the bus and we waited patiently. And the handler came in small groups.
And took your albums and brought it into them?
Yeah.
That's kind of easy though, in a way, a little bit. But you got it.
Yeah, but you see, he had the brain tumor and the stroke and everything, and he was riding a Rascal those last few years. A Rascal.
Wow.
I don't know. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I can see that now. Nice.
Anyways, so that the reason why that stayed unreleased all that time was because he said that didn't fit the style of the album, and that's the reason why. Another one, if you saw on the little back card of the CD, which was a rehearsal called "I Can't Get a Line to You." I'm going to play that eventually. That is Leon Russell, but Mick Jagger is singing and Ringo's on drums.
Oh, wow.
So
that's
from the same recording session.
Stone and a Beatle.
Yep, that's right. And so, but that'll be for maybe next show. But that was the Beatles solo session spotlight. I've got 2 songs left in the queue. Didn't have very many people so far today, but I know the effort was worth it nevertheless.
Hey,
but
man, you know what?
I present to you one of my favorite Harry Nilsson songs, and I haven't played this in a very long time. So yeah, I guess we're getting a double shot of Harry.
There you go.
And this has been in a few movies. I just like the whole groove of this damn song. Always have. Anyways. So yes, Jump Into the Fire.
You can tell you had a little influence on him. I'll tell you what, I always heard that, or maybe read a rumor that after John had died, that him and Yoko may have had, gotten a little closer,
Yikes.
But there's been no confirmation. I just, it was a strong rumor.
I know that after Lennon's death, that Harry did a 45. I cannot remember what the heck it's called. He used to pedal it at the Beatle Fests, I think starting in '82, and the money went towards gun control.
Right. Well, he did record a cover of Yoko's song on that compilation, Every Man Has a Woman. That everyone did Yoko songs.
Right. And
he did one of Yoko's songs. So did Roberta Flack, who was their next door neighbor practically.
Yeah.
And a few others. I remember. I have the one album. It was on John's birthday. It was a Scott Muni Ticket to Ride. For a second, it has the whole show, the radio show. It was John's birthday and Sean's birthday, and Sean did a song on. Hold on one second. I got it right here. And here's the This is what it looks like. I'll show you the. And this is the actual like. It's a three-sided album,
Yeah.
and that's. You can't really see it.
But that's a radio broadcast, right? Yeah.
Right. Scott Muni's Ticket to Ride. And then here were the songs that was on it. It was a Sean birthday special. It was the year anniversary release of Every Man Has a Woman. And let me see if this will pull up.
Not entirely, but yeah, it's really kind of small print. That's all right. No worries.
I know it's almost hard to read myself. John
It's okay.
talks about. Yeah, Roberta Flack does Goodbye something. Loneliness is Harry Nielsen. Elvis Costello does Walking on Thin Ice. Eddie Money does Moving On. Sean Lennon does Gonna Be All Right. And that's all they have as far as focusing on that from that album. And the rest is just like starting over. They do an interview with him about getting his green card. This day in Beatle history. Why don't we do it in the road? I'm so tired. Every man has a woman who loves him. It's a pretty good show. I mean, I love any radio show myself.
I'm going to bring up a point here. Now, some of this, of course, is conjecture and some of it's hearsay, but going back to a kind of a what if situations, I'm on a bunch of different Beatle and John Lennon related Facebook groups, okay? And somebody brought up a point of if John Lennon was alive at the time when Anthology was getting constructed, what would his feelings would have been? Well, or would he have done it? Now, see, here's the odd part. He, by that time, based on interviews and et cetera, he seemed to really be warmed to the idea. Now, the thing is, and I thought, well, I don't know if you know exactly, they tried doing the Anthology timeline as early as like 1990. There was a concept. So it was going to be like 20 years after Let It Be. That was how far back the Anthology concept was as far as for getting things together. But George kept saying no. It was
we're going to no. Things here.
So no, but seriously, George said no in 90. Right. Okay. Right. Now the thing is, and I hate to say this, but it was misfortune that caused Anthology to be created. And what I mean by that is that, okay, so George had Handmade Films, all right, his film company. And I think the gentleman's name was Dennis O'Brien. I could be wrong on this. So we're going to throw allegedly into this portion. But supposedly Dennis swindled Mr. Harrison out of a lot of money. And he wasn't broke per se, but there was a brief threat of him possibly losing Friar Park. And This is what changed his mind. And he's like, you know what? On second thought, that happened all in like 94-ish, 93, 94. And I'm going, my, oh my, how things can change due to someone's misfortune. So basically, if it wasn't for the misfortune of George, Anthology would not have happened at that time frame, if it would have happened at all. Now, like I said, I think if John was alive, he would have been all for it. I think George would have been the holdout.
If John was alive, first off, I mean, Anthology was born out of the ashes of the Long and Winding Road project that they had for years and years. And if had John alive, first thing would have happened was that Live Aid would have came along, and they supposedly would have did a reunion, maybe been coaxed to do a reunion.
Maybe, but I'm not going to hold on that.
If then something didn't happen beforehand, you got to remember that's 5 years after John died. Something could have happened between 1980 and 1985 that brought them back together even. You know, and then all of a sudden they're back together, and who knows? What if they would have put out a new record? For all you know, like the '80s could have been filled with Beatles music that they were all happy to be back together again. And had it all, just like Aerosmith came back and did a whole second career. So for all we know, the anthology wouldn't have been years later, and you know, who knows? Like that might have even saved George. You know, like you don't know the trajectory.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Multiverse. We're in the multiverse now.
I honestly don't think that they would have. What they would have done, if they would have, is they would have pulled a Mick Jagger, David Bowie, and they would have made a video instead that would have aired at Live Aid. I just don't see them ever getting on stage together again in a live format. But something would have happened. The Beatles would not have let it go. I really don't think so. You would have at least had a song.
Well,
that came out during this whole damn thing.
You never know, because John was thinking of going on tour after Milk and Honey, during the Milk and Honey, supposedly. So who knows if like Ringo would have came out on, you know, one of his stops, or George would have showed up. Next thing you know, they're talking, and you know, who knows how things could have transgressed. Because that's a what if that'll never be answered.
That's
right.
Know. But
in we can imagine all we want. You know, it's like
in a music parallel universe, the Beatles stayed together till about the '90s when they finally retired. And that was you know, I got to tell you, I did not watch the movie yesterday, but I saw the ending clip. I just saw the clip with him driving out to see Lennon, and I'm just like, I almost shed a tear because I'm like, oh my God, this would have been close to fitting on this, you know, right along the seaside. I'm like, oh man, you know, he just living a quiet life. That's what he deserved, but that's not what he got.
I can relate to that guy yesterday, the guy that got hit by the bus and nobody knew who the Beatles were, but he had the catalog of the Beatles in his head and was like telling everybody like he wrote those songs. I feel like that with my own songs. Like I have a whole catalog of thousands of songs that nobody's heard. That literally, if anybody heard it, to me, it's like on the level that, you know, it's the greatest music to me, you know. So I could identify with that guy a little bit.
I could see about the Young and Rich. That's a good LP. I know about I can't talk. I know a little of Ponte, but not very much. I have one song left in the queue.
Right.
And the way things have been lately, I don't know why we've been ending with Bowie tracks. Well, this time this kind of is fitting because it kind of reminds me of me back in my days. I miss being a DJ. I do. That's right.
I haven't heard it so long.
1979's Lodger. I am a DJ. I am.
I'm trying to think what movie it's in. That song was in a movie that I can't think. I want to say maybe Last American Virgin or something like.
I don't know. I do not know. We are almost at the 2-hour mark today, ladies and gentlemen.
I still have fun.
Yes, very much so. I appreciate the handful of people we got here today. I guess.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Want to thank you, everyone. And of course, hopefully a lot of more people will check it on the replay. They usually do. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a fat man, an elderly fat man, to chew a record. Hoping to do one tomorrow sometime. I don't know when. I'm not going to promise. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe.
Bless everyone.
Love you. Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.